You're one of the best people to ask about this, and that, of course, is that great American patriot, Edward Snowden, holed up in Russia somewhere, who knows where. I mean, he fled from one country and he gets sanctuary in Russia. He makes an appearance on a television show recently asking President Vladimir Putin if the Russian government has widespread surveillance of Russian people and, of course, in the international community. We know that Snowden was the NSA leaker. We know that he's grabbed, who knows how much more information he's going to leak out. But there he is, making cozy and making nice with Putin. So does it surprise you at all that ostensibly Snowden is just that much more of a shill for Putin?
Well, here's the thing. I have such mixed feelings about Snowden. Is he a hero? Is he a traitor? He's probably a mix of both. He's somewhere in the middle. He did do some things, Adrian, to his credit, that I think are heroic. I mean, he gave up his whole life in America to expose the massive government complex we've got at the NSA that listens into every phone call. I appreciate that he did that. Unfortunately, he ran away to Russia to hide, a place that is far more authoritarian, a place that is far more of a dictatorship, whether they admit it or not. Putin is like the tyrant who is control of every aspect of the Russian economy, and I understand gets a piece of every aspect of the Russian economy. My understanding from some of the smartest economic minds in the world is Mr. Putin is actually the richest man in the world, worth in excess of $100 billion. But you don't know it because it's all in secret Swiss bank accounts and other secret accounts around the world. So you're talking about a country that, if you think America's bad and America's too authoritarian, can you imagine the lengths to which Putin, the old, ex-Soviet spy, goes to spy on everyone in the world and every Russian citizen, how many people he's ordered killed in the name of Russian patriotism? It's just ludicrous to think that Snowden thinks it's better in Russia than it is here. It's obviously worse in Russia.
Well, I would think so. And to that point, though, Wayne, Putin then responded to Snowden's question and says that Russia doesn't carry out mass surveillance. So, I mean, by virtue of what you've just simply laid out, I don't believe that. It's probably, everybody around the international security community got a bit of a belly laugh out of that. But this is, I kind of am agreeing with you with respect to Edward Snowden and my view on him. I think he has done some important, he has exposed some important things that Canadians, Americans, people around the world need to know. But that said, it's this bizarre allegiance that he seems to be hanging on with Russia that's very troubling to me.
Yeah, and if Putin's comments are to be believed, that Russia doesn't spy on their own citizens and people all over the world to the extent that America does, I only have two responses to that. Number one, he's a liar, and they do. Or number two, they're not as sophisticated as America, and they haven't figured out how to do it yet to the extent we have. So to that extent, it may be true. Maybe they don't have people there that are as brilliant minds as America's, NSA spies. So maybe they haven't figured out the way to do it as extensively as we do and listen to billions of phone calls a day and even store every single one of them to go back and listen. Maybe because they're not sophisticated enough, they haven't done that yet. But believe me, Adrian, they will, because Russia will always be more authoritarian than the United States.
Well, and if anything that we see going on in Ukraine is indicative of that, that would be very true. Right. We're going to have to leave it there, but I appreciate your thoughts as always, Wayne. Great discussion. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Adrian. Bye-bye.
Wayne Allen.